Hey you guys, welcome back to me fixing furniture for some clients. This client had a bedroom set, and let's just pause and say amen to this. As you can see, it's very dirty and beat up. All they wanted me to do was simply repaint it white so that it looked brand new again. So here I am, starting with the mirror. I just covered it. Once I did that, I just went in with my degreaser on all the surfaces and wiped them all clean. Here is what it looked like after scuff sanding the entire body of both. Because I'm still painting this white, I didn't have to strip the paint since the layer of paint that was already on it was fairly thin, and I'm doing it the exact same color. Now I wanted to prime this really well with multiple coats, so here's what it looks like after primer. The pieces of the furniture that I didn't want paint to get on, I simply used a razor blade to cut around the edges. Here's the primer I'm using. On the headboard, I had to fill in some gaps with wood filler just so everything was nice and flush. For my scuff sanding equipment, I simply used the Gator sanding tools, and I scuff sanded the mirror. My garage was very white and dusty throughout this whole process, and you can tell. But here is what all the pieces look like together inside my garage. Also, for the paint color, I'm using Bear's Whipped Cream color. It was kind of a cooler toned white, more of a bright white, because I knew that my client's bedroom walls were a blush pink, so I didn't want a warm toned white to clash with the blush pink. I won't be using this sanding pad for the top. I want a clean sanding pad, 220 grit, to smooth down the top surface before I seal it with polyurethane. I also sanded down any remaining splatters left over from my paint sprayer. Here is the before of the hardware, just a little bit dirty and scuffed up. They simply wanted a little refresh, so I'm using Barkeeper's Friend here, and here's the after, so nice and shiny. For a profit breakdown, this entire bedroom set, I would say, was a pretty good deal to get refinished. I charged them $600 for refinishing it and a $100 fee for both the pickup and delivery. That's a grand total of $700, and it took me 12.67 hours, which equals $55 an hour. Not too shabby, but it did take me a little bit longer than I was hoping. Well, there's the tea, and here's me driving away with it.